Attention all Splinterlands landowners, especially those with keeps or a castle, or castles, if you're one of the select few. Posted today, a few hours ago in Tech Updates, there's currently different functionality between the display and the back-end logic for totem chances for castles and keeps. The display stops accumulating totem fragment chances after 7 days, whereas the back-end will keep accumulating. We will be patching out a correction for this tomorrow and wanted to give everyone a heads up that you may want to make a claim before we make this change. After tomorrow's patch, all plots will stop accumulating totem roll chances after 7 days. I personally did not realize that. Now it sounds like the intention has always been that after 7 days it doesn't keep accruing. I have not yet claimed any of my keeps ever. So in this video, we're going to claim all of our keeps and our castle. I have a region, so that's 10 claims due total, and I'll claim the normal plots too. Been a little less than 24 hours since I claimed last night, but I'll never have a better totem chance than right now, basically. Up through now, I've had one epic totem fragment, not from my castle, and obviously not from my keeps. I haven't claimed them yet. And I've gotten 3 or 4 common fragments, I believe. So we'll see how this goes, I guess. So you can see here, I haven't onboarded anything else yet. This is the same as has been day one, other than, stuff changing for more people bringing stuff online. But I've been at 165 plots being active since 1.5 launched. So SPS per hour has gone down. The rest should be the same, I believe, but I can see I'm basically at net zero for grain. Grain per hour 16,288. Grain required 16,313. I don't think that accounts for the tax I get from my own plots, from my keeps and castle. So I should actually be grain positive, especially now I'm going to finally claim my castle and keeps. But first, we'll just do our basic claims here. So we'll go ahead and do our harvest all. And you can see the breakdown there. I won't spell it out. You can look for yourself as you see fit. Now, anytime on these I get a totem fragment, it's a very pleasant surprise because the chance per hour for each plot is quite low. If or when I actually get more of my region onboarded, ideally, all of the plots, then might be common to get at least one fragment every day just from, law of large numbers kind of thing. But on an individual plot basis, the odds of a fragment are very low on plots that are not keep or castle. So more research. I think I'm still top 20 in all of Pretoria for research. I'm like 7th in my region, or in my territory rather, Central Fire. So no fragments on those. And now I think there's still no way, maybe through Peak Monster you can, but on site here at least, no way to claim all castles and keeps at the same time. But best way that I know of, sort by capacity %. And after I've done the other claims, well, now the first ones listed here will be my keeps and castles. So this one, let's see, Tract 8, there we go. That's my castle, and that has the highest capacity, slightly higher than the keep. We'll go from bottom up because it just feels more dramatic, climatic, something. I don't know. But let's see how this goes here. So some have more production power and such than others. So some have higher tax rates, some have more plots under them. I need to get more land going, just how it is. So capacity is still only at 2% on this one, as you can see. But that's based on the grain. It can hold, what, 1 million? Yeah, it can hold 1 million of a resource. So basically, unless you get to 1 million grain on your keeper castles, they won't be at capacity. But after 7 days, I guess, this number stops going up. So 4.41 will be my max chance in the future per week. But right now, it should be about 4 times that, because land's been active for just over a month. So I think I have about a 25% chance on this one. This is my possibly lowest one. So we will hopefully get at least 3 fragments total from our 9 keeps and 1 castle. But we shall see. We shall see. So let's go ahead and harvest. And we'll pay our 1,000 grain to get our 21,500 grain, 36 SPS, and 1,400 research. And if we're lucky, totem fragments. Well, I think you can only get 1 fragment per plot. So, even if you could... Okay, so nothing extra there. So if you could, not claim your castle for a month and end up with, 102% chance or whatever, you would still only get 1 fragment. But you would, in theory, be guaranteed the 1. But you'll see in a bit here, my castle, I think, gets 43% chance. the course of 7 days. I've got a spreadsheet. I'm not going to pull it up right now, like on screen. That's my other monitor here, but let's see. So my castle has a 0.2699% chance per hour, which means daily 6.47%, which means to get to 100% would take 15.43 days. So basically my castle should get me a totem fragment once every 2 weeks almost. And my best keep, which is in tract 2, that has a 0.0416% chance per hour, which is 0.9984% daily, which means 100 days per totem fragment. And that is my best one. The one we had just now, I think most of them are like 0.02 something percent. So probably once every 170-ish days or so, or basically 2 per year for some of the tracks. So, but if and when you get the legendary ones, you know, that's a big chunk all at once. So we'll see. We'll see. All right. So resort this. So now we go to tract number 4. A little bit better tax rate on this one. I think that's the same percent the other one had as well, 4.41. Could be. Could be. A little less research on this one. A lot more SPS, though. Let's see if we get a fragment. Nope. No fragment there. So 0 for 2. 0 for 2. All right, we'll get a little bit quicker here now. I think I've explained enough. You guys can see on screen as you wish here. This one's got a lower percent chance, actually, but has a lot more grain. So higher capacity. Well, yeah. As we go, each one I do will have more grain because of the order I'm going in. But the research and the SPS will vary for sure. Can we get a totem fragment? 0 for 3. I said we're hoping to get 3 fragments from this, but 0 for 3 is not an ideal start. Hopefully 4 is our lucky number. 3.88% chance. But like I said, if I understand correctly, it should be about 4 times that. So it should be more like 16% since I've not cleaned my tracks ever, and they've been live for about a month. So it sounds like they're still accruing in the back end, just not on the front end. So we'll see. Pretty low on the non-grain things for this tract. Bum, bum, bum. There we go. It's only a common, but we'll still take it. So we're 1 for 4. We're on the board, and that's our 4th or 5th common totem fragment overall, I believe. We'll check our inventory after this, probably, but I do have my epic listed in the non-card market for, I think, it's 70 or 60. I want to say 59.97. I want to say. All right, so 4 down, 6 to go. On to tract number 10. A little bit more SPS on this one. 4.45% chance, so a little bit better than the last one. Harvest away. So we'll definitely be positive on grain now. I've been keeping basically 1 million grain on hand, but that's going up pretty quick now with all my taxes here from myself. I tax myself. It's so weird. So weird. But yeah, no totems there. So 1 for 5. We go 2 for 5 to end it here. Odds should get a little bit better on some of these. 4.27. 53,000 grain. No dice. No dice. So that's what, 1 for 6? All right. Tract number 1, a Tundra. 3.88%. That's about as low as they've been. Pay the grain. Come on, totem. Fragment. 1 for 7. Come on, give me the juice. We want the juice. Hopefully our castle comes through anyway. So keep 4.41% chance here for tract number 9. 58,000 grain. 40, almost 41 SPS, 227 research, and no fragment. So best we can do now is 3 for 10, which was our goal. All right, so let's see. So this is our tract number 2. 40.7% tax rate, 6.35% totem chance. And if it's 4 times that, it should be like over 25% chance, really. if I understand it correctly. 89,000 grade on this one, 1,200 research, 63 SPS. And what totem fragment does it have? None. Bummer. All right. If the castle doesn't come through, this will be very disappointing. Maybe I won't even post it at that point. I don't know. If you're seeing it, though, you're already seeing it. So I'll probably post it regardless because, I recorded. Might as well post it, right? So our castle here, which is not a full month's worth of work, almost 90,000 grain, 1,266 research, 84.5 SPS. We'll have to pay 10,000 grain to get the 89,000. So we'll net 79,500. You can see here 43.51% chance. Honestly, not sure how long it's been since I last claimed this one. Does it say on the air screen? No, it does not. I don't know if there's a way to look it up, but regardless, let's just go ahead and claim away and hope for a totem fragment better than common. I'm going to be greedy. Can we get our first rare? See, I'm not asking for a legendary. Can we get our first rare totem fragment? That'd be good enough, right? That'd be good enough. Rare totem fragment. Ask and you shall receive. So we were a little greedy, but not as greedy as we could have been, and the RNG rewarded us. So not too bad. So from maybe 2 weeks, I want to say this is my third ever claim on my castle. I want to say. I could be wrong, but I think it's my third castle claim. And I usually claim on my normal plots once per day before I go to bed, which I don't get fragments for those very often, obviously, but not too shabby. And I'm just gonna go to market because I don't think the IDs that shows in the back end matter, but you can see how many I own by going to the non-card market here as well. So we'll do that. So go on the fragments here. So 1 rare, 5 common, and it says I have 0 epic totem fragments owned, but that's because I have it listed there on the market. It's been there for a few days and hasn't moved, so there doesn't seem to be much activity for the fragments currently. However, I don't believe you can currently combine the fragments. If I'm wrong, please correct me. I'm pretty sure that is not a feature that exists yet. So if you get, I think it's 4 legendary fragments to make a full one, I don't think you can combine them to actually get a legendary totem as of yet. So I want to say it's, remember the actual breakdown. I think it's 4 legendary. I think it's 10 common. Was it like 6 and 8 then? 10, 8, 6, 4? I have to check my paper, but which I actually have open. Let's just give the information instead of, making people wonder and guess, So let's see. We want to go to totem fragments. Totem fragments. Bum, bum, bum. I was right. 10, 8, 6, 4. 75% chance of common, 20% of rare, 4% epic, and 1% legendary when you do get a fragment. And so far I set up, we're at 5, 1, and 1. So, that pans out. Basically our next, let's see, we've got 7. So if our next 1 is a common, we're basically even peasy. Even peasy. That's not a thing. Because 6 out of 8 common will be 75%. And then, we'll be above even Steven. I think that's what I'm going for. Because we have more epic than rares. But for every 100 fragments you find, you should get 1 legendary, 4 epics, 20 rares, and 75 commons. So you have to find 400 fragments to get a legendary full totem, basically. But anyways, I've rambled long enough. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the suspense of seeing what we would or wouldn't get. Worked out okay in the end, I guess. Rare totem fragment you can see here is $13. Common, about 2.5. So after fees, we'll just round down a little bit. Maybe it's still a little high because of fees, but about $15 there from the fragments. And obviously we got all SPS and all that good old grain as well. And actually, I'm going to ramble this a little bit more here. Leaderboard, overall, that's grain. That's weird. You have to change it to research in territory or region and then go to overall. Because you can't toggle research or grain here. So there we are in 18th place in all of Pretoria with 164,771 research. Although my production per hour is less than a lot of people behind me. So if I don't get more land onboarded sooner or later here, I'm going to keep dropping down that leaderboard little by little. Would love to stay in the top 20. Ideally get in top 10 or something, but we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe and all that good stuff. I'll see you next time, whenever and wherever that may be.